Okay, I am in a season of life where my needs are changing a little bit for what I need my binder to serve. That was a weird way to phrase that. My binder is missing elements of planning things that I need. So I'm going to go through and find a piece of paper and write down any ideas I have to help maybe structure it a little bit better, or to figure out what elements need to be added. So first, I think I'm actually going to take everything out and then slowly put it back in and look at each thing as I do and make notes. So let me grab a note page first. I think there's one back here. Yeah, let's do one of these. Note page. And, woo, a pen. Okay. So what we're gonna do, take everything out of the pockets. We're gonna rework this whole thing. Oops. Dropping things. Oh, I forgot to put those in there. Good thing I'm emptying the pockets. There we go. That is an ID. Don't know why that's in there. Okay, anything in the back pocket? I do not believe so. I'm actually gonna clean this as I go too, because that would be helpful. Okay, here's my stack of papers. I'm gonna go grab something to wipe this off with. All right, and she's back. Just got a little wet wipe here. We'll wipe this down and then we'll set it aside to dry. There we go. Maybe wipe down the front too. There we go. All right, we'll set that up there. Let it dry completely before we put anything back in it. And we're gonna start going through these pages. Start with the front pockets. Let's see, we've got our stamps, stickers, and sticky notes. Maybe it would be a good idea to get some page flags in there. Okay. All right. We'll put those back in later. And we will start going through this. In the front cover, I think I'd like to put some kind of like in case of emergency information in here, so it's really easy to find. I've got some some project pieces that I still need to be able to continue to plan these projects. These have information on them that I need. So these are gonna stay in here. Let's see what this is a routine, which does not belong here. So we're gonna set this in a separate pile for belongs elsewhere. I've got my little like size guide for when I'm adding photos, but I don't have the photo printed yet and I want to have the space on the page. I take this and I just mark where I want it, and then I know exactly where I can write around it. Got a couple separate pieces of paper where I can stick photos if I've run out of page on my daily. Some routine templates. I don't think I need these anymore. Some sticker sheets. We'll leave these where they're at. This is my current emergency contacts page. I'm gonna transfer this information and figure out a way to put it in the front cover so it's not just a page floating around. It's something that I can just open and it's there. But I'll fold it in half so that information is private. And we are going to put that in a pile over here for things that need to be transferred elsewhere within the book. I've got some tracker stuff. That's all going to stay where it's at. This is not something that needs to be fiddled with right now. All of this is still good. Is this dry? Yeah, we're gonna start putting stuff back in here real quick. Maybe my emergency contact info could go on one of these. That way I can transfer it from journal to journal. No, I think that'd be a bit too messy. All right, let's see. And then we got the pocket there. And then we have, this is probably isn't even in frame. Here we go. Put all this right there, slide it up a little bit. There we go. Got my trackers. And my monthlies. I don't know why I took that clip off because I don't actually need to look at most of these. October. There we go. And then we have November, so maybe my monthlies could help compensate for some of what I'm needing in here. I need a better task keeping system. At the moment, I use this sidebar for holding my tasks, but I've lately started getting a lot of very little tasks that I still need to keep track of, and projects. That's the thing. I have projects that I need to work on, so I need to figure out where in my system to fit projects so that they are malleable, or the system is malleable, and I can adjust it to whatever I'm doing. I think I might need to create a new page and put a new section in here, but we're going to keep going through this, organizing it, decluttering it, and seeing what could help. I might be able to do this in the weeklies, come to think of it. So let's take a look. These are all past weeklies. I could do my macro planning on, let me pause. Okay, I got a phone call, so it kind of threw me off a little bit. Let's see where I was at. I was trying to figure out how to plan. That's what it was. I could use my weeklies for my like macro big planning, and then I could use my dailies for my daily planning. What a novel idea. Yeah, how would I do that? Let's scoot these over, put them back in. So going forward, if I were to use my weeklies, it's currently being used for time-sensitive planning, which I do like, but I don't need it a whole lot because I kind of make my own schedule and I go I go more by rhythms than I do by a schedule. And I'm not sure the weekly is the place to do that. So maybe this should become my projects list for the week. I don't like it, because you kind of move on from it. I need something that's gonna stay, but also be malleable. So I'm gonna skip on over to my dailies. I don't think I'm gonna change anything with the dailies. I think I'll stay with what I've got. Oh. There's something in there that's sitting funky. Oh, that's what it is. On the 5th of October. Alright, we'll take this out for now. Oops, there's another one. On the 15th of October. Alright, let's see. Okay. Another paper. What was this? Oh, this is my project section that I've been kind of shoving things into, and I need an actual system. So let's see. All of these pages are projects pages. We're gonna set these here in our work back into a system pile. This is my Bible study. I need to get this on better paper. This is regular printer paper and it's very thick compared to the Tomorrow River paper. I have just ordered some that I can print on, but I've printed all these and I'm not gonna waste them. So let's see, I'm gonna pull all of these out and archive them, I think. So I only have half as many in here. And then the rest get stuck back in here for future. This is more project stuff. Project stuff, project. And then this is my lists. So I'll go back, ooh, goes back in here. That's pages. Can't see those. More information. All right. I'm gonna have to cut out a fair portion of looking through this because it has sensitive information. So I'm just going to go through it and then I'll meet you at the end. I'm trying to decide how many sections I need. I think I'm going to put my new projects section between my dailies and my Bible study. And I need to work on my reference pages too. So after the Bible study is reference pages. And I'm going to put a to Z divider system. I'm just not sure how I'm going to do that yet. See if I can figure that out. These are all my random papers. This can be used in here. This is the wrong size, so that's going to be scrap paper. This is projects, project, also scrap paper. I need to trim the corners of some of these. Ooh, that can go. I'm going to put the most current projects near the front, and those that are, I have some ideas sketched, but I'm not currently working on, toward the back of this section. Yeah, let's trim these corners quick. A little bit harder right now because these pages have already been marred a bit. Nope. Try that again. There we go. Okay. This one goes again. I didn't even need to punch that one because it's trash. There we go. I need a divider. Let's check my stash and see if I have any more dividers. I think I might have some top tabs laying around somewhere. would you look at that? 2 of them. Where'd the rest go? Don't already have, no, they're not already in there. Oh, I know what I used them for. I'll be right back. I used these in a different notebook. Let's see, I'm gonna wait to figure out the stickering on these. I'm gonna figure out where I want the tab part, and then we'll think about what it says on it. So about 4 tabs. This is all very messy. Hey, I found my other stickers. I've been looking for those. I didn't realize they were in here. Okie dokie. So we got this. All of my planning stuff, all of my journal stuff is here. Which would be calendar technically. I don't know, because intuitively I want to put stuff behind the divider that like belongs in that section. But then it's also a little weird. Should I trim these corners? Or would that be weird? I'll put them in and then we'll decide. So this is projects. And then Bible study. And then reference pages. Is that it? And then I've got blank inserts or like note paper in the back. We're gonna work the other way. Are we? I'm so indecisive. I think I'm going to add another section in the back actually. Because if I take the finances out of that other binder, I need a place to put them. And I think I would like to have them in this system. Do I want it before or after the, I think I want it after the reference pages. Between the reference pages and the notes. Yay, nay. You know, I don't have to decide right now. I can just tuck it in here and then we can put that section in later. That sounds good to me. So let's see what we've got, how this is looking. I would prefer side tabs, but those are being used in my recipe book. And I don't have any more, so we're gonna deal with these. Unless I put these in the bottom. Should I flip them over? Yes, I should flip them over. That's a yes. You're so smart. Flip. Bottom tabs. So much better than top tabs. Because I always look at my book from like the bottom angle. Will these get in the way while I'm writing? I don't think so. I take things out all the time while I'm writing anyways, so I think this will be okay. But now everything's upside down, so we gotta fix that. And on the wrong side. So let's see. We got projects, Bible study, finance, and reference. Let's see what I have for stickers, because I had some more on that sheet. Ooh, there's a today tab. I like that. There we go. We're gonna use that. Can you tell I don't use this stuff very often? Oh, there's to-do list. Maybe I should use these and see how I like it for that project section. They're a bit thicker than I like, but that's fine. I'll use what I got. Ooh, I'll use that too. Let's see. Got a project and yeah, we're just gonna set this out here. Don't think we need these. Those are all kind of scraps. Okay. I'll put this at the front. Do I want this at the front, or do I want it here? I think I'll put it here for now. And then I think next year I'm gonna work the inbox section a little bit differently. I have another one of these pockets and I might actually stick it to this and use that as my inbox. Who would have thunk? Today tab. I think I'll put that on my daily here. Whoops. Put that at the top for now, since there's so many tabs on the bottom. And then we can remove these. I'm going to see if I can save them on one of my sticker sheets. No, I don't think I can. Oh well. One of the beautiful things about stickers though is you can change things. It isn't permanent. Well, normally. See if I can just switch that one to this one. Hopefully that stays. And then I've got projects. We're gonna put that on this one so that we can just turn it and there you go. Or no, this would be, this is projects, there we go. Got my sticker there. Is there one for like study or something like that? The next tab. Could maybe do workshops for that. Not really what it is though. I'll leave it blank for now. Now I'm overthinking everything. And there's not a new finance one. Bummer. Okay. Let me set that back over with the other things. I need this. I have a divider for my projects. Check. Need to make that. And I need to figure out how I want to do my page flags. Or no, not do my page flags. I put page flags there because I was thinking about putting them in the inbox. And there we go. I need to figure out my A to Z dividers. I'm just trying to decide whether I should order some or try to make them. My idea was I have these contact pages, and I was thinking of getting little tabs, A to Z tabs, and just using my contacts page A to Z. And then if I need more than, what's that, 6 contacts, you know, front and back, then I can just add another contacts page behind it in that category. But I can also add information that pertains to that particular letter. And I think that'll work. I just need to figure out the tab situation. So that's on my to-do list. I can use my new to-do list. Where'd those go? Did I throw them back away? Not throw them, but yeah, I did. Here we go. To-do. Right there. To-do list. A to Z dividers and ice info. Okay. And we're going to put that in our projects section. Trim the corners of these real quick. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna put my stickers and everything back in the front. I should probably look through them and decide if there's any that I want to set aside for later, and you know, those that I want to keep with me. There are some that I already know, obviously, but we're gonna organize those, but I'll do that a little bit later. What we got today. There we go. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I guess we'll see you later. Thanks.